I hate to break up conversation. Let's see. All right. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Jamie McKetchie, and I am STEPMC's board president this year. Hello, everybody. I want to start by congratulating each and every one of our 9 graduates. I want to invite you all to look around. Every one of us is here to celebrate you. Yes, we are celebrating your accomplishment. You have shown up week after week. You have done incredible work both in your Getting Ahead class and also on as you've worked on whatever goals or changes that you've chosen for yourselves. But beyond celebrating this graduation milestone, I also want to make it clear that we're all here to simply celebrate you, to celebrate the people that you are, and to celebrate the opportunity that we all have to be in community with each of you. Community is at the core of STEPMC. Our vision to be a community of hope, abundance, and connection is happening right now with every one of us who's here tonight. Graduates, it is my wish for you that this experience has filled you with hope. One of the goals in Getting Ahead is to provide a space away from the tyranny of the moment so that, along with your community of fellow investigators and facilitators, you have the chance to start thinking abstractly about the hopes you have for changes in your lives. And we celebrate that hope with you tonight. And beyond our shared hope, I invite everyone here to consider the abundance that we all share. Together as a community, we have more than enough. How can you share from your abundance? Can you share a meal on a Tuesday night? Can you share monetarily to support the salaries of our incredible coaches and childcare workers? Do you have other ideas for how you can share your time or gifts? And if you answered yes to any of those questions, I'd encourage you to talk to Angie. I'm sure she'd be happy to talk to you. In whatever way works for you, I invite us to celebrate our abundance by sharing with our community. And finally, along with our shared hope and abundance, how can we build connection to one another? And I'm talking here about deep, vulnerable, and life-giving connections. Investigators, are you ready to move to phase 2 of STEPMC and to become a team leader? For the rest of us here, can you commit to an intentional friendship with one of these amazing graduates by volunteering to be a team partner? How can we enter into shared experiences and ultimately a shared life together? In a world where it's easy to get overwhelmed by fear, scarcity, and isolation, STEPMC is a community of hope, abundance, and connection. It's a joy to celebrate that community together with you all tonight. And congratulations again to our graduates. And now I'll invite Denise O'Connor-Muncy to come up and share a few words. Denise is on the board with me and also is a team partner in McPherson.
Hi, thanks. It's really nice to be here. This is a beautiful facility. Well, the board asked me this evening to talk a little bit about my experiences as a STEPMC partner. I've been a partner now for 2 years. I've been matched with 2 different leaders, Savannah and Kieran. First thing I want to tell you as I talk about being a partner is that if you have any trepidation about it, the coaches do a fabulous job of matching you together with a leader. They really spend a lot of time kind of figuring out what maybe your shared interests are or who you just might get along with really well. My first match was Savannah, and she had an adorable little boy, little blonde-headed, just the sweetest little boy that came to all the Thursday night evenings. And I think the coaches knew that I had some unfulfilled grandma tendencies. And so I was really excited to get to be matched with Savannah and her little guy, Dylan. Being a partner is super easy, and you just fit it into your schedule and your leader's schedule whenever it works for you. So like Savannah and I, and Monica, who's back there, I just saw her somewhere. Yep, she was also a partner together with Savannah. So we would just figure out, okay, what day this week can we get together and where can we do this? And we would go to the park quite a bit so that Savannah's kids could play on the playground, or they would come over to my house and we'd have coffee, and Monica would bring usually something yummy to eat, you know, some little bars or something that she had made. But really, it's just meeting with friends, having coffee, kind of coffee clatching. And we got to know each other really well, and it was a wonderful experience. So that's what I really want to share with you tonight is just, it may feel like you're making a commitment, but what you're really doing is finding friends and spending time with them. And I have to tell you that, so we meet on Thursday nights in McPherson, which most of you probably know that. I really, really look forward to Thursday nights. As a partner, I think we're only committed to be there on the first Thursday night of every month, which is match night, which is when there's time to sit together with your leader and go over their goals and kind of do the work of STEPMC together. But my husband and I, who is also matched as a partner, we go every Thursday night because it's one of the highlights of our week. We so enjoy being there and having supper with everybody and getting to kind of move around different tables, not just with our own leaders, but just meeting the other people there. And I can tell you that some of the nicest, most sincere, most wonderful folks that I know in McPherson are the people that come to STEPMC. And I would hate not being able to be with them. I've met some of the best friends there. Andy, who's sitting there, Crystal, who's back there, Kiernan, Savannah, my other leader, the coaches, everybody. I'm probably not using the best words, but hopefully you get the sense of how important and special it's been to me to be able to be a partner and be part of STEPMC. So I really encourage, if there's anybody out there who isn't currently a partner and think, well, maybe I'd like to do that, but I'm not sure, I so encourage you to take a step and give it a try. You will not regret it, and it will be one of the best experiences of your life. So, and I'm happy, I'll be here this evening for a while. If you have any questions, just grab me and we'll sit down and have a conversation. So, thank you for your time. Oh, and I'm supposed to introduce, I almost forgot, Angie Brunk, who is our director, and she's going to come and make some really important comments, I'm sure.
Well, thank you, Denise, and you make everyone want to be a partner. It's great. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight in celebrating our STEPMC graduates. My name is Angie Brunk, and I'm the director of STEPMC. Hi, Kim. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this historic graduation, our very first Inman graduation. Yeah. I had the pleasure of helping facilitate the Inman class with Alyssa, and I've truly enjoyed getting to know all of you. We built friendships, a bromance. We shared a lot of laughs, we shared some tough times, and through it all, we get to celebrate all of you. Today marks more than just the completion of a program, it marks the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Each of you has walked a path that wasn't easy. You showed up on the hard days, you pushed forward, and when doubt crept in, you made the decision again and again to keep going. That kind of perseverance is something no one can take away from you. What you've accomplished here is not just about skills or certificates, it's about growth. It's about believing that your future can be different from your past. It's about proving that change is possible. As you move forward, remember this: success doesn't happen all at once. It's built in small, consistent steps. There are many obstacles ahead, but now that you have the tools, the mindset, and the strength to face them, you're not alone in this journey. You carry with you everything you've learned, every connection you've made, and a community that believes in you. Be proud of how far you've come, but don't stop here. Set new goals, keep learning, keep growing, and when you can, reach back and help someone else take that first step forward. That's how real change happens, not just in individual lives, but entire community. Today, we celebrate you, your courage, your resilience, and your commitment to a better future. Congratulations, graduates. Your story is just getting started. And to everyone here tonight, STEPMC sees every day what it means for someone to struggle. We meet hardworking people, parents, young adults who are doing everything they can, yet still find themselves stuck. Not because of lack of effort, but because the lack of opportunity, support, and access. Poverty is not just about income, it's about isolation, limited choices, and barriers that feel impossible to overcome alone. That's where we come in, and that's where you all come in. Our mission is not simply to provide temporary relief, it's to create pathways forward. We focus on long-term change, education, job readiness, financial stability, and personal empowerment. But none of this happens in a vacuum. It requires partnership, it requires investment, and most importantly, it requires a strong, engaged middle class willing to stand in that gap. The truth is, communities do not thrive when only a few succeed. A healthy middle class is the backbone of any town, like Inman. It drives local businesses, supports schools, builds neighborhoods, and creates opportunity. But it also plays another critical role. It lifts others up. We need middle-class partners who are willing to mentor, to hire, to invest, and to believe in people who are trying to rebuild their lives. We need local businesses who can offer second chances. We need families who understand that stability is not guaranteed and who are willing to extend a hand to those who are searching for it. And we need funding. Programs like ours depend on consistent, reliable support to continue operating and growing. Every dollar invested in STEPMC is a dollar invested in breaking cycles of poverty. It means more programs, more resources, more support, and more success stories. It means fewer people falling through the cracks and more people becoming contributors to this very community. Helping people out of poverty is not charity, it's strategy. It strengthens our workforce, it reduces long-term social costs, it builds neighborhoods, and it creates a sense of shared purpose that no amount of money can buy. Every person deserves a chance to succeed. Every family deserves stability, and every community deserves a place where hope is not the exception, but the expectation. So tonight, I ask you to consider how you can be a part of this mission, whether it's through financial support, partnership, employment opportunities, or simply spreading the word. You have a role to play. Together, we can ensure that STEPMC continues the work here in Inman. Together, we can strengthen our middle class, and together, we can help people not just survive, but truly thrive. Thank you all for coming tonight and supporting our mission. Now, Alyssa and I get the pleasure of presenting certificates. Rebecca Funk and Stephen Funk are not here tonight, but we'd still like to honor their absence. Erica Ferran. Brian Ferran. Arissa Trem. Chance Trim. Sweetie Low. Cheyenne Low. And Kimberly Kruper. What is it? Proper. My bad. We're now going to show a video that introduces our graduates.
Hi, my name is Chance Trim. I'm from Inman.
My name is Arissa, and I'm from here in Inman.
Stephen Funk, and I'm from Inman.
Rebecca Funk. I'm from Inman, and I'm originally from North Central part of Kansas.
Kimberly from McPherson.
I'm Kate Renia. Everybody calls me Sweetie. I'm a military brat, so I'm from all over, but really probably from Florida.
My name is Cheyenne Lowe. I'm from Florida, but I live in McPherson.
Erica Ferran, here in Inman.
Brian Ferran, I'm from Inman, Kansas. Well, I'm from North Carolina, I live in Inman, Kansas.
What I'd like the next 5 years would be try to pay off all my bills but the mortgage. I've got 3 bills left.
I would love to be able to, one, buy a house, and be able to say that like all my bills are paid and that my kids have everything they want or need.
Of course, I hope I graduate vet tech school so I can start working with animals. Hopefully, my husband and I will have another little one when we feel like we're in a great spot too. And I would love to be able to buy a house, but ultimately, I just want us to keep thriving and be happy.
To get out of debt.
I would say a bigger city. I like McPherson, but I'm used to a bigger city. So a bigger city for me.
I would like to get into my own home where I'm not renting. 5 years. I don't know. I hope to start on having my chickens by then, but we'll see.
I can relax physically, but sometimes mentally it's a lot harder. So relaxing more mentally, having more money to do more things, being able to travel a lot more.
We are coming out of a dark time in our life with our daughter passing. Our family's healing good from it. The only thing that I want to see is stay where we're going and buy a house that we can call our home.
A baby. Me and my wife would love to have a kid. Together, we already have one, but we want one together. And I want to see my kid happy and thriving. You know, I just want to see us continue in the path that we are already going on, and hopefully succeeding. Hi, my name is Chance Trim. I'm
As you said, Stephen and Rebecca aren't able to be here with us tonight, so we have a short little video for them for their speeches, so we'll watch that now.
My name is Rebecca Funk. I grew up on a farm in North Central part of Kansas, near Kensington, Kansas. I grew up there for 18 years of my life. I went with Dad on a harvest crew, helped my dad out. I was my dad's right-hand man. And I am here. I'm married to my husband, Steve. I learned a lot from STEPMC. I learned a lot of nice, great friends here. Learned a lot about poverty and wealth and middle class. STEPMC has helped me out by trying to figure out how to financially be stable. Try to get out of debt more. And I look for the future that there would be somewhat getting close to being out of debt. So at least get whittle my bills down and talk brief.
I'm Steve Funk, and I grew up as 6 miles east of Inman, and I learned a lot from STEPMC, and we made a lot of good friends and got a good mom and dad, and they were in the nursing home here, and I look forward to getting out of debt, and I learned, like I said, I learned a lot from STEPMC.
I wish my classmates the best of luck in the future. Hopefully they got what they want, or get what they want. hopefully they be successful in this class. And hopefully we can all keep in touch some in the future. Especially with Lissa, I like her.
I didn't do the interview, Caitlin did. Maybe, we'll never know. All right, Erica, you are up.
Don't. Okay. I'm Erica. So how was my life as a kid? My childhood, I was loved. My dad was, tried everything to make ends meet. In that process, it meant that we had to move around a lot due to his jobs that he had. Or the sickness and passing of my siblings. I remember moving quite a bit from kindergarten to 3rd grade. I went to a bunch of different schools. We lived in a fifth wheel camper, which made it easier to travel. But when I got to 3rd grade is when I moved to Inman. We lived in a trailer home here in town, which I made a lot of memories there, which going and running around Inman all hours till the street lights went on, and that was my cue, get your butt home. Making friends. We lived in Inman from my 3rd grade year, from my 3rd grade year to my 8th grade year, well, partially through my 8th grade year. In about a 4th way of my 8th grade year, I moved to Casper, Wyoming, where my dad lived with his new wife because my parents got divorced. I went to school there for a little while, and then about 3/4 through my 8th grade year, I moved back to McPherson, where I lived with my aunt and my uncle. And I went to McPherson schools. So if you heard that correctly, yes, my 8th grade year, I went to 3 different schools in just one school year. At the end of my 8th grade year is when I graduated. From my 8th grade year to graduating, I graduated in McPherson schools. Even though I stayed in McPherson schools, I moved around McPherson quite a bit due to my parents being divorced. I moved back and forth between my dad's house and my mom's house. During my freshman year of high school, I started working at the local daycare that was right across the school, right across the street from the high school. It is no longer there. I worked there all the way through high school, and during high school, I went through college classes, got my CNA, tried going for my CMA, did not pass the state boards. So needless to say, living in my childhood in poverty, we moved a lot. I didn't get to make long-time friends. I have made some really good friends since then. Lived in not so great places. When I lived in the 5th wheel, I lived in not some really great places that were not very safe, but we made the best of it as of what we were living in. And to this day, I have an amazing husband that supports me every single day. I have 4 kids, even though one isn't physically here with us. I have an amazing job. I have 2 vehicles, a motorcycle, 2 campers, and hoping to buy a house someday. I still have a lot that I need to do, such as cleaning up some debt that we have. But what STEPMC has meant to me. STEPMC has really taught me it's not just about money and property, but it's emotional, spiritual, physical, and the way we communicate, and so much more. Learning these types of things has made me as a person realize that some things I could and want to change, such as the way that I communicate. I have realized that sometimes I am too blunt, too honest, and sometimes is a good thing, but sometimes I hurt people's feelings and ruin relationships. Granted, some of those relationships being ruined, I'm not too hurt about. As my biological mom, I do not have anything to do with her. I've not had anything to do with her for over 2 years now. I do have other goals in my life and for myself and for my family that I do hope to move forward with the help of STEPMC, and I feel that I can achieve these goals by the help of STEPMC and just making sure I better myself through it all. That's all I have.
Now we have Brian.
Yep. I am winging it. I don't write nothing. Hello, I am Brian. And as they said, I am winging this. I'm not a best at writing and speeches and stuff. But start with me. I grew up in a military family. I was born on a Marine Corps base. That's what I wanted to do. I'll tell you that through the program I've learned I was the big cause of my poverty. When I was younger, my mom got into an accident. She broke her back. I quit high school, worked 2 full-time jobs, took care of her, and then I decided I wanted to join the Army, so then I went back to school. To be in the Army, I got in an accident. I broke my neck in 2 places. I lost all that. Got to a point where I didn't care anymore. Didn't want to do anything, got into trouble, ended up getting a felony, and lost a lot. Got into gambling. I hustled people for money and didn't care. Coming to Kansas, after everything in Pennsylvania, I learned that I needed to get stuff better. Got in a relationship, had a kid, didn't turn out great. Then I got with Erica. Had a kid. Got another kid from her because she had a daughter beforehand, and I love that little girl to death. No matter what she thinks or says of me sometimes, that's my baby girl. Then we had our last one, and then stuff changed with Madison. Things got hard again. Our friends, Cassie and Keith, are the ones that actually introduced us about STEPMC, told us all about it. They were going to it first. Erica wanted to do it, and I won't lie, at first I was like, yeah, I'll go because you want me to go. But it changed. I loved the program. I learned a lot. I learned that things I'm doing at work is stuff that you guys are teaching about, and I never realized what I was doing. The way I talk to customers compared to the way I talk to friends, the different things that I do with interactions. So, and then of course, going through it, made amazing friends and my bromance. You know I was gonna name about you, right? Yeah. So I'm glad I went through it. I'm glad Erica told me to go through it. I'm glad the people that I met, you know, and I'm looking forward to the future with it and see what comes next.
This is true. Well, that's your bromance there. Arissa.
First, I want to start by thanking Alyssa and Angie for being our leaders, for showing up weekly with grace and encouragement, especially you for the encouragement to continue staying in school and just like pushing me, like I need that. I thank you to all of you who hold me accountable every week and continue encouraging me. That's, you know, a really big part of my life right now, and I don't think I realized that. I have developed some wonderful friendships since attending STEPMC that I'm very appreciative of and thankful for. This course has opened my eyes to the stigma surrounding the economic classes in our society today. I'm also incredibly thankful I signed up for STEPMC because I feel it has strengthened my relationship with my husband. We can have the uncomfortable conversations when it comes to finances in our household, and we're putting our goals together and setting bigger goals, which makes the feeling of hopelessness less. The realization that I faced after marrying my husband and raising our child is that we are raising our child in poverty. And that's caused a lot of fear for me, but yet motivation. I'm more confident and excited to see where my family is in 5 years by applying the knowledge and tools that I've gained from STEPMC. Thank you.
Chance. Don't listen to nothing he says.
I am. I'm like Brian, I'm not very good at writing, but I did write a little bit. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for our graduation. What I've taken from taking this class is that I'm grateful to be where I am today. I feel me and my wife have come very far in the way that we handle ourselves, not just emotionally, but financially. We have both came from some very dark places and have thankfully risen from the ashes time and time again. I know I plan to use some of the new methods and ways to communicate that we have been taught each week by our wonderful facilitator. I would like to also thank Alyssa and Angie for everything they do for the STEPMC community. And thank you guys again for attending the ceremony.
Sweetie.
Speech here. Sorry, I should have been more prepared. Oh no. Okay. I'm Sweetie. Okay. 6 months. Let's make this a little easier on myself. Okay. Whew. 6 months ago, I thought it would be a great idea to go PRN at my job. I currently work at McPherson Hospital in ER registration. A year ago, around this time, I was on my second of 4 jobs. I decided, let's try some different things. So when I dropped down to PRN, I told myself it was freedom, flexibility, I got this. What it really was me trying to outrun instability instead of facing it. During all that free time, I decided to join STEPMC. And because growth is better with company, I dragged my daughter Cheyenne along with me. At first, I struggled to even explain what STEPMC was. It's about ending poverty, like ways to end it. And even as I was saying it, I was thinking that does not apply to me. Because in my mind, I wasn't in poverty. But the truth is, I have been. Poverty looked like not knowing where my next meal was coming from. I have been there. It looked like not being able to afford basic things. I have been there. So even if I'm not there now, I've lived close enough to it to understand how easily you can slip into it and how hard it can be to climb out. That realization changed how I see this program. STEPMC isn't just about income, it's about mindset. It's about awareness, it's about learning how to build stability so you don't have to revisit those seasons again. Since joining, I've become more mindful about my spending. I pause now and ask myself, is this a want or a need? Not all the time, but I try to. I've started paying attention to where my money goes instead of wondering where it went. One of my goals is learning to be more vulnerable about my finances, and that takes trust and not feeling judged for the habits I'm still working through. But truth is, money isn't always about money. Mental health plays a part too. If it were as simple as just stop spending and save, it would have worked by now. What STEPMC has given me is the ability to approach my finances with more honesty, more awareness, and more compassion for myself while I grow. And that shift has carried into everything. I'm more intentional about my future, more confident in my decisions, more aware of how I move. I used to operate in survival mode and just trying to make it through the day. Now I'm learning how to plan forward. 6 months ago, I thought PRN was the solution. Now I understand that stability starts with mindset, discipline, and being honest with yourself about where you are. And for me, that started here. Thank you.
We have Cheyenne up next.
Hello. Hello, everyone. First and foremost, I wanted to thank my mom for encouraging me to join STEPMC. I had heard about it before, but I wasn't really that interested in joining as much as hearing my mom talk about it and wondering about it. That really gave me the push to kind of join STEPMC. I'm truly grateful to have been able to go through this journey with her. I'd also like to thank the kind-hearted volunteers who have been here every Tuesday along with us to help us with our children, the facilitators, Alyssa and Angie. I'm very grateful for you guys. The women and men who've prepared meals every Tuesday for us, the great meals that we've had have been just amazing and a real blessing to have every Tuesday. We've been taught that despite our circumstances, we do not have the we do have opportunities to fight to break the cycle. It can be hard going through such tough struggles in life, but with STEPMC, I've learned that through support from community members, resources, and a will to change, I can achieve way more for not only myself, but my family as well. I matter, and I can make a difference in my life. Thank you, STEPMC, for this opportunity.
You ready? All right, we have Kim now. Ready or not, here she comes.
Oh boy, everybody said what needed to be said. Thanks, bye. Okay, this is my third speech that I've written. I had so much anxiety knowing that I had to write a speech that I figured, let's do it. Let's get it done and over with. And then realized, maybe I should change it. Oh wait, I need to have some personality in this speech. So let's do it again. Okay, hi, I'm Kim. Hi, Kim. I was born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. Life has taken me on quite a journey since then. I was married, later divorced, and eventually decided to start a trucking career. Slow down. That took my daughter and I all the way to Vancouver, Washington. While I was trucking, I homeschooled my daughter. We called it truck school. The cab of a semi became our classroom, and the country became our field trips. It was an experience I'll always be grateful for, but as she got older, I realized she needed more than just time with mom. She needed friends, community, and a chance to grow alongside other children. Eventually, I made the decision to move to McPherson, Kansas to be closer to family. My daughter and I have been living in a pretty janky camper trailer for a few years, and I had found a place in McPherson where we could set it up. Fortunately, that housing plan fell through almost as soon as we arrived. Okay, I can be extra, but being in front of all of you guys is terrifying. Okay, by then, my daughter was already enrolled in school, and we ended up borrowing my Grammy's spare bedroom and about half of her garage space. I was applying for jobs, trying to get established in the community, opening a bank account, getting a Kansas driver's license, and watching the tax return I had been living off of slowly run out. Housing became urgent. That's when I reached out to the McPherson Housing Coalition. The case manager at the time moved us into the emergency cottages and began meeting with us weekly to set goals and help us get back on our feet. I can honestly say that God has blessed us significantly this past year. Through my case manager, I heard about STEPMC. The Getting Ahead class had already started in McPherson, so I had to wait for the next one. Alyssa reached out to me about a brand new one happening in Inman. Looking back now, I truly believe I couldn't have chosen a better time or a place to join. When I first walked into the Getting Ahead class, I thought I knew exactly what I was signing up for. I expected lessons, worksheets, and serious conversations about goals and the future, which did indeed happen. What I didn't expect was that this small group of people would become such a meaningful part of my life. We weren't a big crowd. We were a small, intimate group. And in a small group, there's nowhere to hide. But there's also nowhere you have to pretend. We showed up exactly as we were. Some days we were exhausted. Some days we were frustrated. and some days we were hopeful. And in this space, every version of us was welcome. We didn't just learn about goals and resources, we learned how to talk to people. Not just people like us, but people from different financial backgrounds, different experiences, and different walks of life. Because the truth is, there are often invisible lines between classes. Assumptions get made, judgments get passed, walls go up. This class helped tear down some of those walls. It reminded us that poverty isn't always a choice. Sometimes it's generational, sometimes it's situational, and sometimes it's simply not knowing the rules of a system you were never taught how to navigate. This class didn't judge us or shame us. It educated us. It equipped us. It gave us tools, language, and the confidence to sit at tables we may have once felt we didn't belong at, and to know we deserve to be there just as much as everyone else. We laughed a lot. We teased each other. We found humor even when conversations were heavy. We also cried together. We shared stories that weren't easy to tell. We talked about setbacks, losses, and fears we didn't usually say out loud. And in those moments, this class became more than a program. It became a safe space, a place where vulnerability wasn't weakness, and honesty was met with compassion. That's where the real growth happened, not just in the lessons, but in the connections. Real friendships were built. We learned how to support one another and remind each other that our current situation does not define our future. As we graduate today, we leave with more than plans for getting ahead. We leave with understanding of ourselves, of each other, and of a world that is more complex than we sometimes realize. Bless you. Getting ahead doesn't mean leaving people behind. It means building bridges. It means breaking cycles. I am grateful for everyone in this room, for your courage, honesty, and the hope you held on to. Congratulations to all of us. We may not have chosen where we started, but we are choosing where we go next.
All right. One more round of applause. Well, my name is Alyssa, and I've been the coach of these wonderful people. So tonight is more than a graduation. Tonight is a milestone, not just for the 9 individuals sitting in front of me, but for the entire community. This is the very first Getting Ahead class in Inman. That makes this group something truly special. You are the ones who went first. You are the ones who said yes before there were any examples to follow. You are the ones who helped build something that will impact others long after tonight. And all that matters. Each of you came into this class with a different story. Some of you walked through struggles that started early in life, challenges that shaped the way that you see the world, the way you trust people, and the way you've had to survive. Some of you experienced life-changing events, moments that shifted everything where the ground underneath you didn't feel steady anymore. And some of you grew up in middle-class homes, but still found yourself facing barriers, questions, and transitions that brought you here searching for something more. Different paths, different experiences, but somehow all of you ended up in the same room. And what happened in that room over the past few weeks is something I want to recognize tonight. You created something that cannot be taught, a space of trust, a space where people could be honest, a space where people could share without fear of judgment, a space where people could listen, support, and grow together. That kind of environment doesn't just happen. It is built intentionally by people who are willing to show up, be real, and respect one another. And you guys did that. As your coach, I had the privilege of watching you open up, ask hard questions, challenge old thinking, and begin to see yourselves and your futures in a new way. That takes courage. Because getting ahead is not just about learning new information. It's about looking at your life honestly. It's about recognizing the obstacles, whether they came from your past, your circumstances, or systems around you, and deciding that those obstacles do not get the final say. And each one of you made that decision. You showed up, you engaged, and you supported each other. And I want you to hear and I want you to hear this clearly tonight. Do you? I'm so proud of all of you guys. Not just for finishing this class, but how hard, I give up. But for how you showed up in it, for the respect you gave each other, for the honesty you brought into the room, for the courage it took to keep going, even on hard days. What you've built here is bigger than a class. You've built a foundation, you've built awareness, and you've built relationships. And most importantly, you've taken ownership of your future. This is not the end of your journey. This is the beginning of what comes next. You now have the tools, you now have insight, and you now know that change is possible because you've already started it. And as you leave tonight, I hope you carry this with you. You are capable of more than your circumstances. You are not defined by your past, and you are not alone in where you're going. To our very first Getting Ahead graduates in Inman, thank you for your courage, your trust, and your willingness to lead the way. And I am honored to have been your coach, and I cannot wait to see what each of you do next. Congratulations. All right, now we get to go enjoy some cake and dinner. Yeah, sure. Have cake, dinner, then cake. Whatever, yeah. So if everybody wants to head downstairs, that would be fantastic, but I need the class to stay back so we can take a photo. Woohoo!